Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another NIKKE video. Now, if you're looking for the grave guide, it will come probably in a day or two's time. But today, the star of the show is going to be actually Cinderella, or more accurately speaking, it's going to be pitting Grave against Cinderella because we got a lot of questions today during the stream, about 800 of us on stream, asking, should I be pulling for Cinderella, should I be pulling for Grave, and how many copies? So let's just break it down because Grave has just been released, okay? And first of all, wow, these muscles, holy moly, those thighs can crush me any moment now. But Grave is a burst 2 quote-unquote support character that has basically paragraphs upon paragraphs of text on her skill. Now, when we first saw her, personally my thought was that is she going to be another support, okay, or attacker, another attacker pretending to be support? Well, through the first testing, and we only pulled for one copy plus an additional before we push for maximum break. We do have the tickets, but we pulled only for a couple copies just to test this as a support character that people may just pull one copy for, okay? And so far, the too long didn't read conclusion as we went through some of the builds is that she is going to be an actual support, okay? Her damage is alright. Again, you can see this is not a fully invested grade. You can build attack, percentage, LE, all of that to make her even better, but we wanted to see how she fares in a team, especially buffing top tier characters such as Red Hood, okay? And that's the comparison we're making against the exact same team, but the previous king or queen of Burst 2, Crown. So will she take the crown away from Crown? That was what essentially we were testing, and the short answer is that she is better in the Red Hood setting because you can see we do a bit more damage, okay? 3.2 million the testing ground versus 3 million. And or 3 billion, should I say? Wow, cannot read. But the most important part is that her team is bursting non-stop, just like when I saw Cinderella's skin. Okay, burst gen is absolutely crazy. She brings the entire burst gauge to max pretty much every time, and it's really good utility wise. Now the downside to her is, as we've seen in part of the testing, is that she does not offer the same amount of survivability as Crown, right? Crown has the shield and all that, and the taunt, of course, with immunity for a bit. So yeah, she is not going to be as support, more of a healer support in that regard, or a damage mitigation, but the damage output that she brings in terms of boosting the attack damage, the pierce damage, is so crazy. You can see here Modernia as our kind of base test model. Still, also, even though she's not a pierce character, she also got a nice decent boost from 505 million to 564 million. So overall, Cinderella, in my honest opinion, Grave, in my honest opinion, is definitely a one copy. You definitely want to get one copy for her, especially if you don't have units like Crown. She's going to be a character you can bring her. And in terms of the upgrades, the overload gears, we will talk about in greater detail in the Grave Guide as I dig deeper, because we tested a few things, Resilience or Bastion, with regards to a unique mechanic, which is forcing her to reload. Now, you can manually skip that part, because she reload in 2 to 3 parts. You could technically skip that and just go into manual attack mode to, I guess, gain some DPS, but you don't have to do that on auto, and you lose out about 1 to 2 seconds, which is not that big of a deal. Now, the star of the show today is going to be about Cinderella. If you have not noticed, this is Cinderella's damage output, and this is with Red Hood getting supported by Grave, and my Red Hood is a core 7, okay, with overload gear as well. And look how much damage Cinderella is outputting in both the Crown team as well as the Grave team. Now, for those of you that did not catch the Cinderella buff, let me just tell you essentially what happened. As we go to the lobby, we click on the bell. You can see I got the Cinderella skin as well. If you go into the system, notice the update that just happened. Her burst skill has now being fixed because she was getting the full charge bonus. She doesn't get that anymore, but she now gets double the damage from the final attack, so she's going to benefit more from attack percentage from the overload gear, which I have 3 lines of, okay? So she's going to be doing insane amounts of damage. Oh my god, I would say she is the strongest damage dealer right now in the entire game, as someone who doesn't rely on a dedicated support, because we tested her without her quote-unquote best in soft support Rouge, you can run her solo in any team that requires a DPS, whereas Red Hood is best with D or with Maxwell, and Alice with Scarlet Black Shadow, right? But Cinderella is lore accurate in the sense that the entire Goddess squad will need to take her down. My goodness, this skin. Now, if you are attracted to this skin like I am, hey, don't worry. It is, of course, a max $50, but we are doing a giveaway. So if you're free to play, or if you are a small spender and you don't want to get the skin by paying money, don't worry, you can join our giveaway. The giveaway is, of course, being sponsored by none other than Raid Shadow Legends. So head on towards my Discord in the description or in the pinned comments. You can see that you will be able to join the Raid Shadow Legends giveaway. Okay, and yeah, basically Cinderella is 100% the highlight of this patch, of this anniversary patch, and yeah, she deserves it. She absolutely deserves it. So good. 2 buffs came out so far. One's of course fixing the burst, so they basically said it's a feature, not a bug. Here you go, double the damage on your burst multipliers, and then also fixing her targeting, so she's actually able to hit the core as well on enemy that are close or in mid-range. So yeah, not bad, not bad. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the anniversary. We'll do more grave testing because again, like I've said, I originally thought that she was going to be the you know, quote-unquote attacker hiding as a support, but she is really just a support with good attacks. Especially if you can overload her, get some of the right stats, she's gonna do insanely well against bosses that do benefit teams that can do pierce, as well as element weak to fire, because there are quite a few teams, and we'll just go over them really quickly before diving into greater detail for the guide. But if you take a look at some of the fire teams, you can see that you know, we have the team that we can run here. If you want to run the Red Hood combo, you can go with D and Red Hood, and then the 3 fire carries, fire Asuka, fire Modernia with Graves support. Alternatively, if you did pull all of the collab, you can also run Ray here. I did not really invest in Ray, but Ray is a viable option. And then burst 1, you can fit whoever. Litter D is probably gonna go with the Red Hood that you're not placing here. So yeah, loads and loads of team potentials. So anyhow, thank you so much guys for checking out this video, and don't forget, do not skip the giveaway for these skins and mission passes. And as always, super thankful for NIKKE, because yeah, this game is absolutely gorgeous, and having Scarlet Black Shadow skin and Cinderella skin just puts a smile to my face. And yeah, 2nd anniversary. I wonder how they're gonna top this, because we had Red Hood buff and now we've had Cinderella buff. 3rd time's the charm. We are going to get Rapi SSR for the 3rd anniversary, and she will most likely be buffed as well. But until then, 1 copy for Grave, max limit brick for Cinderella. These would be my suggestions. Best of luck. Remember, we still have free polls. And until then, it's TimaeuSS, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye now.